Welcome outside Phoenix Municipal Stadium for coverage of Arizona State baseball. I'm Jack Lautaret along with Hunter Hippel, Cole Bradley. Now, Cole, we're going to start off with you first. It's been far from ideal for Arizona State so far this season. They came in as a top 10 rated team. Now they've dropped to number 14 overall, and they are below 500 to start off the season. What's happening with this team?
Well, it's got to be what their biggest strength from last year was, the offense. They just have not been clicking to start the season. The team has combined hit 172 to start the year. Pretty much the entire lineup has struggled. Trevor Hauver being one of the biggest, has not been able to convert or drive runners in big opportunities. A couple bases loaded situations, including one last night to end the ball game, and once in the first game of the doubleheader on Saturday. But the offense just hasn't been able to hit. Guys like Sam Ferry and Spencer Torkelson have started off the year well. Torque obviously hit his 50th home run as a Sun Devil here this past weekend. Ferry has started off hitting 400. But aside from that, the rest of the lineup has just struggled. Tracy Smith has made it clear that he still has the utmost confidence in his guys to get going to perform well, especially going into the weekend against Boston College. I think there's probably going to be a little bit more of an expectation there. But the hitters just have not been able to really get anything going.
Yeah, and even though the hitting hasn't been able to get going, one of the biggest question marks going into this season, Hunter, was the pitching. And that's actually been the heavy strength of ASU this season. What can you tell us more about the pitching so far?
It's been surprising, right? I mean, I don't think anyone really expected the pitching to be this good. Obviously, you have a new pitching coach, Jason Kelly, coming over from Washington. I was really impressed with him before the season, some of the things that he said, and it's paying off. I mean, obviously, last night you have Eric Tolman striking out 12. I don't think that's that surprising. This is a guy as a freshman last year who was really, really good. So for him to have 12 in a big game last night, wasn't really too surprised by that. But other guys, Justin Fall, Tyler Thornton, those are other guys that we knew were going to be good coming in. Those are guys that are going to be high draft picks in June most likely. Tyler Thornton was one of the best freshmen in the country last year. But you have some surprises. Cooper Benson was really good in his season debut. And Boyd Vanderkoy, I think, is actually probably the biggest surprise so far. In the first game of the Saturday doubleheader that Cole mentioned, he was really, really excellent and was getting outs, which was something that he really struggled with last year. So if they can keep this up, I think that ASU has a lot going for them. If the offense gets back to where we expected them to be, and this pitching staff shows the improvement from last year, they're going to be in really good shape.
Yeah, if they can get that all going, it looks like they could turn out to be one of the best teams in the nation. But like we said, this coming weekend they're playing Boston College, a chance to rebound. Now, I'm going to ask both of you gentlemen, there is a lot that needs to improve with this team, but what is one key component that you each think they really need to improve on? Cole, we'll start with you.
Well, going back to the offense, I think probably one of the bigger things when it comes to offense is, you can't win if you can't score. And having guys in scoring position with less than 2 outs and not being able to drive those guys home, that's a big-time killer. And ASU felt that this past weekend a few times, including last night against Oklahoma State, where they had a couple opportunities where they got runners on the corners with less than 2 outs. They had bases loaded with nobody out, still couldn't come through with a run. They've got to figure out a way to drive guys in with less than 2 outs and runners in scoring position regardless. They have to find a way to do that. Once they can do that, I think they can start stringing together some more meaningful hits, leading off innings and stuff like that. That's going to be like a big factor to sort of get everyone going in the right direction.
Yeah, runners in scoring position has been one of the biggest disappointments so far, I'd say, for this Arizona State team. Now, Hunter, we'll go with you for the same question.
I mean, in terms of on the pitching side, I think the starters, as I said, have been excellent. If there is room for improvement, the pitching staff as a whole has been excellent, but they need to find consistency in the bullpen once those starters come out. Somebody like Christian Boldovich, though, he was somebody only in 1 inning of work, but I was really impressed with his work in the Saturday game against Villanova. So if the offense needs to improve and the pitching stays where it is, I think we're looking at not necessarily even a top 10 team, but we're talking about a legitimate College World Series champion team if the offense gets to the point where we expected it before the season, and if this pitching continues at this pace that we're seeing so far. But they're going to need bullpen pieces to really step up for that to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a full team effort because last year we saw pitching was a little bit of the question mark. This year it seems to be pretty good. Now it's the offense. But Guys, that's it for us here at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. For Cole Bradley, Hunter Hippel, I'm Jack Lautaret. Check out all of our content all season long for ASU Baseball. You go check out CronkiteSports.com.